Hey, W here. Welcome to my channel. So in this little apartment workshop of mine, I have a very rudimentary suction setup. And it's not for fume extraction. I do paint with spray, rattle cans sometimes, but these are water-based and I use solvent-based spray paints as little as possible. I wear a mask, I open the windows. So that's not what the suction system is for. The purpose of it is to help with the dust problem that comes from spray painting. I just wanted to do an in-progress shot for something I'm working on. As you can probably see, sort of make out, I've been doing a bit of spray painting and stuff. So I have this backsplash sort of thing. And maybe you can also see that, well, it's not exactly perfect, right? It's even with this, I get spray dust everywhere. So what I'm going to do, what I've decided to do, is to actually make a really simple, cheap spray booth. Now I do have some of the bad stuff that I use occasionally, but that's rare. I will be spraying. I will be spraying with airbrush. I just ordered an airbrush, so I'll be doing airbrushing here, and then water-based spray paints. So I'm not too worried about fumes. What I'm worried about is dust, and I'm going to build a dust booth. I will plug this in, and if we're really lucky, this is going to start the fan. Oh my God, that's silent. Holy A simple toggle switch. So the next step for this works, the setup works. So the next step for this is the mounting bracket, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount the fan permanently under this shelf over here. It's going to be over there, and then there's be a flex hose going off, and I'm going to show that when I get to it, but I have a plan inside my head. That, which means it should fit, and it does. That is lovely. Alright, so let's get into this. Now I've built it to be flexible so that this can move around on purpose, but that hose is a little too long, and obviously the other one is too long as well. So I'm just going to take it apart, and that's going to be easy because, that actually felt right off. So that was even easier than I thought. But anyway, this is the fan, and I just basically strips these on both sides. There's just a strip around it on both sides of this, and that should do nicely. And you can actually tell that it works because, especially here on the off side of the fan here, there's a lot of dust inside this tube, and there's a lot of dust on the fan as well. So it does actually suck out dust like it's supposed to, but also if the dust sticks on the inside, that means the passage is obstructed somewhat, and that's exactly what you can see in an elbow like that. So I'm going to see if I can straighten it out a little bit more. And this is also just hung because, again, it's just for getting the dust. Ideally, most of the air that comes out of this isn't actually very dirty. It's just air because most of the dust should have been caught by the system. Alright, so far so good. Taking it down was easy. I think I'll just start by putting this off to the side. There is a bit of dust on the table over here, or some overspray dust. It's not as bad as it could be though, which again tells me the system is actually working. because I haven't been in here and to tidy up for a long time. And even so, the dust in here isn't actually too bad. But that's typical spray dust. Alright. So this is just a cardboard box. This is as simple as that. And all I do when I put a filter in and then I change it every couple of months, all I do is just cut the tape and then put a new piece of filter in and then put the tape back on. Like I said, it's cheap and easy. So I think I need to shorten this because I want it to be able to flex a little bit, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, I don't need it to go all the way to the other end of the table. So I think I can cut this down a little bit, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I think it seems like if you stretch this out, it sort of holds its stretch, and I think I'm going to do that. I think for it to hang around during use like this with the spines close together, I think that's wrong. So I think it's too long, and I'm going to shorten it a little bit. Maybe put this over here instead. Something like, okay, I don't need to measure it, but just for my OCD, I apologize to anyone who may actually have OCD. That wasn't nice. But if I say basically around a meter, I think that'll be something like here. I'm not taking off a lot, but it's still, you know, I don't want that floppiness to be a problem. So, and then the way you cut this is you cut the plastic, obviously, and then you cut the wire once, because that's a spiral, obviously. So you cut that, and then you cut through the plastic. There we are. And now, actually cleaning it up is usually a little easier to do with a pair of scissors. Like that. Because the cleaner this is, the easier it's going to be to mount it on the thing again, on the fan. Collapsing, whoop. And like I said, you can sort of pull it, stretch it out, and it holds that shape a little bit. So I think I'm going to see if I can't make it do that when I put it back, or at least to some extent. But this is, I think this is the easy part. I don't think I need to do a lot more about that for now. So get rid of that, because this is the kicker. This is the difficult part. Because this is going to take some mounting. There's going to be some doing. The shirt that I put it on with. And mostly I think it's a question of what to do at the wall. I have to figure out how to put something on the wall that'll hold it, but it doesn't have to rely on clamping it, because it's not, you know, I can't sort of clamp it onto the wall really easily because it doesn't have a lot of structural integrity. So I think it's basically just a cradle for it to lie in over here, and maybe something to help it come around the corner going up the wall there. I think that's what I'm going to do, and I actually have a universal sort of material for that kind of thing, and I'm just going to go get that. And here we are. This is the secret material. This is 2mm fencing wire, steel fencing wire, and it's good for a lot of things. It has many qualities, one of the foremost being that it's cheap. So I got this whole roll. I can't even remember what I paid for it, because I had it for literally over a decade. And I'm just using it for all manner of stuff, and it's great for things like this. So I'm going to actually just make some cradles, because I can bend it obviously in whatever shape I want, and I can make something that'll hold on to this stuff. I can make a sort of like a cradle for it that's easy to screw in the wall, or I just put a screw in the wall and then, you know, for this to attach to. yeah, I think that's going to be, I think that's the way to go. I like thinking a little bit about it before I start bending, because once you bend, you can't unbend. That's, you know, you can't make it straight again, not properly. But I think it's going to be okay. What's going to come out of this is not going to be some kind of industrial wall pipe hanger thing. It's going to look like what it is, something that I made with my hands, but it's going to do the job. It's going to be fairly easy and simple to do, and it's a cheap solution, which is something I also like. Have I got something round that is near the radius of the diameter? That is very close. This is just a little steel can or metal can, and it's almost exactly the right diameter. So I can use that as a bending template. Just go like this. And now I'm just going to use this can as a bending guide. I'm just holding it on with my thumb there and then bending it around the circumference here. That's it. See? That's nice. I think that's fine. I think I can easily get this to hold on nicely, but without, you know, without creating more obstructions. And I don't think I need the rubber, the jaw protectors here, because I'm thinking to keep it in orientation. I think I'll just mark it out a little bit. Probably don't need this anymore. Something like that, and then I say right around there is the wall attachment point. There's going to be two attachment points, but that's the lowest one. I have a different idea. I just had a different idea. You know what? Ha! Let's just try something here. Something like that. I'll need more of them. But the reason I'm picking out screws now is because I'm actually going to do like this. Probably ruin this one, but I don't know. Can you see what I'm doing? That better? See, I'm actually just going to twirl the wire around the screw, because that will be a screw hole that fits perfectly. So I'll just do like this. And then I'll pull it past here. And then I'm gonna need pliers for it. I knew that. I just wanted to get the first part done, sort of like that, and then I'll just straighten the rest out with pliers. Oops. Get the screw out of the way, and then I'll just push these together like that, and then straighten the rest of it like so. See, in a few moments I'll have that tied up, and then there's a screw hole. That's basically what it is, and then I'm going to make one on the other one a little higher up, and that should do it. I'm going to go like, let's say like that. Again, just get the screw out of there. Oh, and remember what I said about getting nicked? Yeah. I'm just going to get a piece of a little bit of Band-Aid. And there we are, we're okay. So I'm just going to do the other one. these are bastards. It's not that much of a problem because they are up against. They're going to be. These are going to be screwed on the wall, so my risk of getting there and hitting them is considerably less than if it was something I'd be handling or something like that. But I'm still going to do a little bit of tidying up. I have a router table for my Dremel. I 3D printed this and I love it. I don't think I need the fence for this operation. Safety goggles always. Yeah, it's much better. It's much better. There we go. I think I'm just going to put these up on the wall. Yeah, so I hope you can see what I'm doing here. So I know that this thing should be sort of, I mean, just that doesn't have to be super level, but something like level with the fan or the extractor fan. So that's right about there. It's something like there. So now I have 2 attachment points, and I'm just going to put those on so that the bottom of them are aligned with that. So that's here. There and there. And this is a wall. This is a brick. Of course it's a wall. It's a brick wall. So I'm going to need the kind of drill for that, the right kind of drill for that, and they are here. Oh my god, this wall is almost terrifyingly soft. It's red brick, I think. Oh, I was in the grout. But it's still doable. And ye other one. That one is actually pretty firm. So is that one. They're pretty good. Both of them are pretty good. Alright, that wasn't necessary. I'm realizing that now. You are watching me be kind of stupid in real time, but that's okay. I can handle it. I would definitely hang a Rembrandt from that. They are way more solid than they need to be. And of course they're malleable, and I like that. And now I am going to put this stuff on here. I think I should cut it to length first. And I think before I do that, I should actually do something about that wire. Do not do what I do, never do what I do. So that's out of the way. And I can just see that if I just go like so, this is all I'm going to need. They're actually a little slight bit too high, I think. But again, easily fixed. There we go. So about there, here, and here. So I'm going to cut off all of this. There we go. And now I need one more thing. I do need something to hold this here. As you can see, this is just a piece of thin steel wire. And that's not good enough. I think I need to get some more fencing wire. Yeah, so I did the whole fencing wire thing again, but this time it's going on sideways. So I'm going to do it like this, and that just screws right into the wood. So let's do that. I hope this wood doesn't completely split, but it shouldn't. There we are. And again, the hook is a little malleable so that I can get it to hold on the way I want. But this way, when I open the window, the air goes almost directly out the gap. Yeah, I think I'm ready to remount this whole apparatus. I still think strips is the way to go. So let's find some strips. Oh, I have some really long ones. I don't think I had that last time. I wonder if they're long enough. They're not long enough. These are just right. And now I'll just reattach everything. There we go. That's fine. That is nice and straighter than it was before. I think I actually need to stretch it a little around the bend if I can. There we go. It's way, way better than it was before. And the other end, the desktop part. Yeah, I just want to show you a small detail on this thing. Like I said, it's all made out of cardboard, so it weighs almost nothing. And I want it to, so that it doesn't flop around too much, I made a slot. And there's a wall tile in there for weight. Stretch this out a little. And then I need to put that back on the fan as well. We're going to put the strips here. Got that back on. And then I put this on. So, there we go. And back where it lives and where it belongs. Right, you don't need to watch me tidy up. That's it. That was the project of the day, and it is now complete. It is still mobile. I can put it wherever I want within what I consider to be reason. The tubing is much more open. It's not scrunched together anymore. Even if it's back in the corner, it's much neater there. And obviously this part is way neater. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.